What up folks, Graphics Rogue here. So like a golden retriever witnessing his master returning from what had to be an eternity of 3 minutes in the next room, you couldn't imagine my excitement when I finally got the Wrath of Sparta Rome 2 DLC expansion pack. It would be a new pack of Total War fun, bringing us back to the classical age in Greece, where armchair historians could no longer whine about the Corinthian helmets. The expansion would bring in new units and factions you could use in campaign or multiplayer. It would also keep things from getting stale in the mid to late game by bringing in a great variety of and a new campaign that would expand to the and the campaign itself would have all the great features and AI from Rome 2 based campaign. So anyways, after waking up from a coma with the taste of blood in my mouth, I had to find something to fill the void. And today, porn just wouldn't cut it. No, I needed adventure. Sweaty, shirtless adventure, complemented with a sense of olives and falafel. And also Corinthian helmets. If there's no Corinthian helmets, I'll have nothing to drown out the voices telling me to spray paint cocks on the Wendy's drive-thru menu. So, using my magnificent mind and average internet connection, I found exactly what I needed! Hegemonia City-States is a Rome 1 overhaul mod you know what guys, I don't know. It's getting harder and harder to pinpoint the authors of some of these overhauls. Some of them don't even seem to have credit pages on their sites. And some of them are huge teams that I can't just look at one name and say, that's the creator. And I don't feel right naming the authors of some mods that I can pinpoint as the author, and not others. Total War mods aren't like Skyrim mods, where you can usually look at one name as the guy and say it's by him. The best mods, the overhauls, are done by teams. And it's for these reasons I think I'm gonna take off the by part of these vids. I don't want to bog down the vid with a list of names of people who worked on the thing, and I don't want to name some people while not naming others. If you really want to know the authors, I'm giving the links to their TWC or Steam pages so you can try and search for it yourself. I really wanted to spotlight the mods and the people who make them in this series, because I think the people who do this stuff for free are really cool. But with how things are, I think it's enough to praise the mods and authors without having to bog the vid down with a ton of names or misinformation, since I could even be wrong with some of these names, especially since some of these modders change their screen names all the time. So yeah, Hegemonia City-States. It's pretty good. So this mod is the Rome 1 answer to Wrath of Sparta, but not really, since it came out years before. And the only question Wrath of Sparta asks is, why is there poo in my pants? Because you shit in them, Wrath of Sparta. Hegemonia adds in lots of new features, starting out with a new campaign map, which is way bigger than Wrath and goes from Carthage to Cyprus. It's got many regions and many factions to choose from. It's got the obvious ones like Sparta and Athens, but since the map is so big, it can also support factions like Carthage, Etruscans, and Persia, as well as northern barbarians. It's got a huge variety in units, like nearly every city gives you different units to recruit. It's a different way of recruiting than normal. The Spartan warriors you build in Sparta need to be cared for and protected, and healed back in Sparta. You can't recruit more Sparta-centric units like in Carthage, for example. You'll have a whole new batch of soldiers to work with in faraway lands. Variety is the word that comes to my mind with this mod, and it definitely doesn't with Wrath of Sparta. I love variety! Axe my ex-girlfriend. Moving on. The mod works on the Barbarian Invasion engine, so we have a religion system. Except in the mod, they replaced religion with government type. There is democracy, oligarchy, and tyranny. Lands like Sparta and Persia have tyranny, while Athens has democracy. And there are different government buildings you can build that can sway which government type you follow. You know, it's kinda like if you build enough Fox News buildings in Manhattan, everyone will be banging their cousins within the year. And to add to new government buildings, there's a whole new building system with lots of new buildings for different uses, and lots of flavor text to go along with it. A lot of my time was taken up just reading them, and I'm still not done. I love mods with lots of flavor text in their buildings and units, instead of just generic information. They give a small history lesson. Now, I can't end this spot view without talking about one of the coolest parts of this mod, the new settlement models. They add in these new models that just look so cool, so classical Greek. They put in their own Acropolis for some cities. There are several different models, so it's not all the same all the time. The only annoyance with them I would have is the pathfinding in the settlements could be better, but it's fine considering. I'm loving this mod. It's not the most complete mod, and it's one of those mods that I question if it will ever be completed fully, cause it has some bugs here and there. although I haven't run into anything game-breaking just yet. But it's finished enough to recommend, and I do recommend this to anyone who's really into the classical Greek era. Next up is Rome Total War music. If you're sick of the drab lullaby music of Rome 2, hit the alarm, cause have I got a treat for you. This mod adds in all the music of Rome 1 and taking out all the Rome 2 music. That's all it does, but that's all it needs to do. There are a few other mods that add in different music and do different things with it, but this one is the first to do it, and it's my favorite. It's the only one I need. And lastly today is Rise of Three Kingdoms. This has got to be the dopest mod on this list today, in my eyes at least. Like a 40-year-old virgin stumbling into a brothel run by the blind, I've been waiting for this for a long time. This was originally a Rome 1 mod that I played a while back, but like most mod overhauls, it was unfinished, but I had some fun. I'm pretty sure it was made by some people in China who, like me, were getting sick of CA constantly flying over the oldest country in the world to get their helping of Nisekoi and mechs. Though I'm not against some good tsundere Jaeger action myself, so they decided to create their own China Total War, about the most interesting era, the Three Kingdoms. This particular mod was a port, moved from Rome 1 to Medieval 2. Some would say a superior engine. They both have their ups and downs to me, but the graphics sure are better in this one. Unlike vanilla Rome 1, the graphics in Medieval 2 have held up very well, and will continue to hold up for some time. I'm not sure if the people who created the mod are the people who ported it, but it's a good job nonetheless. It's not finished, but it's finished enough for me to recommend it. The main things that aren't finished are the missions. A really cool part of this mod are the missions it gives you to take you down a historical path of what was going on at the time. It gives you something else to aim for, but unfortunately only Cow missions are completed. None of the other factions have any. And also the European voices are still there.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
The mod is still being worked on, but who knows when it will be 100% finished. Another fantastical, bombastical thing about this mod is the new units and building models they've made. It really makes you feel like this is truly China Total War. From the traditional rooftops to the old school Chinese armor. Terracotta Army reborn. And if you think I'm nutting all over this mod now, pull up your skirt, Bethany. Cause as the four-testicle Doberman said to the neighbor's female Shih Tzu, you ain't seen nothing yet.
That's a lot of nuts!
This mod kills it with flavor text. The units and buildings have so much information and little history lessons all over the place. There's so many buildings you're not used to seeing in Total War games, and they all have their reasons and uses. And especially the traits are very detailed. Many new trait types showing strength and acumen and whatnot. And also for actual characters from history, we get little biographies about them. It's all very cool and interesting to read. And it's real characters from the Three Kingdoms lore, from the mighty Cao, the noble Liu Bei, and the indomitable Zhu Chu. Crazy tiger.
Tiger.
And a lot of these characters have their own unique general models on the battlefield. A lot of detail was put into this mod. When you see the campaign map, you will be awed. Not only does it have a big sprawling map of China, well, most of China, but it adds in many wonders along the landscape. Like this, and that thing, and oh yeah, oh, the Great Wall of China, yeah, I know that one. I know that one, They don't work the same way wonders do in Rome 1, but it's still cool that they're there. Yeah, boy, I've been waiting for a while for a good China Total War to play. I'm not sure if CA will ever make one, but if they don't, we got Rise of Three Kingdoms. So, raise the levies, ready the ginseng, prepare your steed, for in Three Kingdoms we march our armies from Luoyang to Red Cliff, from Gobi to Great Wall. We will reclaim Han's glory and become Emperor of all China. Well, that was fun. We got some new Total War mods to check out, the channel's getting a bit of a makeover, and I got to make some more Kung Pao references. Yay! And I've managed to escape the frosty clutches of death for another week. So, all in all, a good episode. If you liked the video and the channel, well, there are some interesting buttons below this video, and I think you've got some personal decisions to make. I am your graphics rogue, and I will see you next time.
Hey now, what's going on, Marine? Ain't you gonna introduce me?
What? Introduce you? Who are you?
The name's Cocktease McGillicuddy. Friends call me Cocktease for short, and I'm your new mascot.
What? Oh, is that because you're half cockatoo and you're a stickler for crossing your T's?
I think you know damn well why they call me Cocktease.
Alright now, that's enough of that. Look, I'm your graphics rogue and this is Cocktease McGillicuddy. Look, if you can come up with a better name, you tell me, alright? And I will see you guys
we're
next
just
time.
changing my name now, is that it? What am I, your pet? Your slave? Swing low,
would you stop? It's not like that. Stop that.
chariot.
Just stop. We don't need. Come on. You're being dramatic.
Swing
You are being a drama queen.
sweet
Look, I mean, just come on. Stop.
Come
We don't need any more of this.
Swing
Till next time,
low,
folks.